Today is Tuesday, February 26, 2019. I'm Fran Duvall, the host for today, and I'm happy to have as our first guest, or maybe our only guest, the manager, right, of Resident Life. What is your title?
You got it, Resident Life Director.
Director.
That's okay. Same.
Director of Resident Life, Tricia Hawkins. Welcome, Trish.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
We're glad. You're always full of information for us, and after all, we are residents, and so.
And today will be no exception. Lots of information to share.
Well,
yeah, so Resident Life is super busy, so if you don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Some things, we did have our coffee with the exec team yesterday and went over a few of these, but I thought it never hurts to hear it twice rather than not at all for those who couldn't make it. So we're doing several things in March, April. We have a really busy couple months coming up. One thing that I really want to advertise any chance I get is we're having a seminar on the file of life. And for those of you who have a file of life in your home, even if you need help in updating it, you're not real sure what needs to go on it, or there's things you want to put on it that there's not space for, there's no space populated on the forms, or you don't have one and you really want to get one. It's a great opportunity on March 7th, it's a Thursday, to come to the Hunters Crossing Conference Center at 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We actually have a Fairfax County speaker coming, and she will be a great person to give us an update on the file of life, how to fill it out, what not to do with it, and then why are you doing this and what value does it bring in an emergency situation. It's called the file of life because it can save your life if you're using it correctly in the case of an emergency. So security uses it. I know having it at the emergency room, keeping a copy of it to hand out when you go to the doctors or in an emergent situation is really, really important. It can absolutely save your life.
They were actually promoted about a year ago, or maybe more. Time flies, you know.
Yeah.
And I think by the committee that operates with the medical center at that time. They were the ones promoting this more than.
Yeah, so we're promoting this with them.
Yeah.
And then I just want to get as many people there as possible because having the speaker here gives great value to using the file of life correctly. And when it's used correctly and it's we're using it as part of a process, particularly for emergency care, then it's a great tool to have in place.
Well, and when security comes or whatever, when you do pull the cord or whatever, they know what to look for. Wherever you have it placed in your home.
And the file of life is only as good as the information you keep in it, which needs to be updated regularly. So that's why we're trying to get as many people to this little conference that we're having. It's just 2 hours, but it gives a lot of value to keeping this updated, which will help you get quicker, correct health care should you need it in an emergency.
And what's that date again?
It's March 7th.
Okay.
It's in the Hunters Crossing Conference Center, and it's from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So it's coming up in a few weeks.
Hey, time flies.
I know, like everything else. Yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up. I think it's really important that we highlight that for just a resident activity. And then I did check in with community resources. We have a lot going on the end of February into March. So if I have time, I'd like to go over a few of those dates as well.
Go ahead, that'd be good.
That's awesome. So don't forget that February 27th through April 10th, we have AARP tax services here. So far, we have 50 people signed up. And so they'll be in the Village Square classroom, and the same gentleman that's come in the past is coming. I'm not familiar with his name. But anyway, please, if you have not signed up, you want to talk to Janelle in Community Resources.
And Janelle's located on the hallway in Village Square.
Yes.
one of the community resource office there.
Correct, correct. So you'll want to check in with Janelle. There's a few spaces left. I think it's a great service. I think the residents here are very used to this happening the same time every year. Yeah, so they'll be coming. We have a St. Patrick's Day event coming up, and that's on Friday, March 15th. We don't have, Community Resources hasn't nailed down all of the details, so I don't want to put a lot of information out, but I just do want people to save that on their calendar. That Friday evening there will be an event, or that Friday there will be an event, and there'll be more information coming. Okay, so that should be fun. And then it's already Nationals opening day on March 28th.
Oh my gracious.
Can you believe that?
No.
So it's about.
They're going to be playing in the snow?
Who knows? Who knows? But I think that's about 6 weeks away. So this year it's a flex meal lunch option that you can use to do a lunch at noon on March 28th. So you can use your flex meal option. And they're going to, Community Resources is hosting a lunch.
Okay.
And then at 1:05 the game starts.
And that'll be in the Hunter's Crossing?
Yes, that's going to be over in Hunter's Crossing. So it'll go from about noon to about 4:30. Yeah, so if you want to sign up for that, Janelle is taking reservations for that as well.
Big baseball fan and Nationals fan. So who are they playing that day?
Oh, Diane just told me.
Oh, well.
And
The New York Mets.
Yeah, the New York Mets.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, she just mentioned it. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Don't hate, but I am not a big baseball fan.
No, I love lots of people who love it.
Okay, good.
That's
good.
me. I do. That's the way I feel about supporting the sports events, except for Olympics.
Yeah. And then we also have a healthcare forum coming up. I believe it's April 25th. It is the Resident Life Committee, the Ancillary Health Committee.
April? It's in April?
April 25th?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
That's what I have. It's going to be in Hunter's Crossing. The first time is from 1:30 to 3:30. And there's an evening show, or I think it's 7 to 9, and an evening part of it as well. And so they are working on the details now, and that will be coming, more information will be coming about that. But the forum was very popular last year, and anytime we have a chance to talk about it, we are.
Sure.
Because I think the residents really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it gives a clearer picture of what's available and what is a fee for service and and all that. Yeah.
Exactly, and what Medicare covers, and what are the obligations for having those Medicare covered services? What are the criteria that Medicare requires?
Exactly.
Yeah, you can never hear that enough, because if you only hear it once in a while, it gets very confusing.
Well, not only that, often you don't register what these things mean until you need them. Okay, and then you're not sure. Wait a minute, is this going to be a minute? What do I have to do?
Exactly. So anyway, those are some of the things that are coming up. I'm just going to double check my date. I know I have it in here, but I'm pretty sure it's April 25th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I couldn't memorize all these things, so I brought my papers with me.
Well, you could take time to look through them if you need to.
Okay, that would be great.
So that you get it in case since I questioned it.
Yeah, that would be great. And then this is February is Black History Month. So if you look on the bulletin boards, Community Resources has posted a lot of information about Black history name makers, people who've really contributed from the African American culture that really contributed to our country and different things they've done. So I was reading some of them yesterday when I was walking through Village Square. And I cannot find I think I did not bring it, but yeah, April 25th, I'm pretty sure is the forum.
Well, anyway, if it's that far away, there's certainly going to be lots of other opportunities to know the date. But
yes,
I'm
yes.
sure you're right. I mean, after all, that's your department. I'm getting a nod.
I appreciate
I'm
that
getting
confidence.
a nod from the window over there that yes, you're correct. It's
Okay,
April.
great. Thank you, Paulette.
Paulette's right on
She's
top of it.
amazing. I know. You got to love Paulette.
She is amazing.
Yeah. And then some other things that are coming up if we could talk about them in March, is the Echo Food Drive. So Tuesday, March 12th through Friday, March 15th, 10 a.m., we're going to be looking for people to bring in their non-perishable items, canned foods and boxed items, to put in the shopping carts located in each community building at or near the front desk. It'll be somewhere near the front desk, and that's we've done that for years.
Sure.
Yeah. There are some suggested items. I'd like to go through those just to help our listeners. Vegetable oil, sugar, flour, dry milk, paper goods, coffee or tea or both, toothpaste, laundry detergent, pancake mix and syrup, and tomato sauce or tomato paste. So anyway,
those all sound like basic needs that anybody needs and would have.
Yes, absolutely. So we have that coming up on March 12th, Tuesday through Friday, March 15th. Okay. And then we have the blood drive, and I have not signed up for that yet.
Don't run away. Here, sign up right here.
Oh, thank you. That's perfect. I'm going to do that. As soon as I give the details for the blood drive, I am signing up.
Do it.
Yes. So Thursday, March 21st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Hunters Crossing Conference Center. Is the blood drive, and we need to have reservations for this. They can only take so many people, and if it's timely, then you can save time by going at your assigned time and not just showing up. So you can contact Diane Havinga, and her extension is 604-3193, and it's being sponsored by the Inova Blood Donor Services. Okay, so anyway, save the date to save 3 lives. Okay, March 21st.
Very good, very good. You know, it again, I mean, each time that I host when you are the guest, I'm always amazed at the diversity of activities and services that your department covers.
I am too. It is mind-boggling. Janelle was kind enough to print off this list, and I'm looking at this. There are so many things going on each month, and it's great to have a team that's dedicated to bringing some vibrancy and livelihood to the independent living residents here at Green Spring. But there's such a variety of things, which I'm always impressed with. Like I'll recall one last week, I had a blast at the Valentine's Day Battle of the Sexes. I thought it was wonderful. And I got to know the couples that participated. It was really, some of those answers surprised me, I will not lie. But it was great to get to know some inside information for some of the couples that participated. Yeah, so I think the Family Feud event, the Battle of the Sexes, was amazing, and we look forward to doing another one.
Yeah.
That was something that I've not seen here before that I think really was just a step up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they already do a great job, but I enjoed it a lot. Did you have a chance to go?
Well, it's good to have a fun thing to do as well.
Yes.
And I didn't go, but from those who went, I heard how much fun it was, and
yeah, so I got some feedback that they were, the residents, and myself included, we didn't get to see what the scores were as they went along. So next time we do it, and it might be again later this year over another theme, and I'm hoping it is, we're going to have somebody walking around with the updated score because we're very competitive and we need to know.
Yeah, exactly.
After each round, we need to know. Yeah, so anyway, but it was a great time. Yeah. And then I just have to say thank you to all the residents who are on committees for working with community resources and really tapping into the highest level of your patients. There's a lot of activity going on on behalf of administration and corporate. There's rebuilding of certain areas. So it's taken away temporarily. I say the word to remember here is temporary. But we have a temporary decrease on some of our availability of classrooms in town center. and in Village Square as well. So I just really appreciate the patience on behalf of all the residents and our employee members for scheduling their events in classrooms and things. We've gotten very creative. Channel TV, not Channel 6, but the fitness center has really rolled with the punches on relocating some of their classes so we don't miss those. So we're working very diligently, and we really appreciate Community Resources for helping us with that.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Well, I think that you have certainly given us so much information. We have to run this show several times a day to catch up on all of them.
Yeah, well, there's lots going on, so
And
it's
I
always
like
good.
that you're always complimenting your team of people. So
Yeah, well, thank you. They do a great job. And I think with the repositioning and everything, it's been a little challenging for everybody, but we just really appreciate them so much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm going to sign up for the blood drive. I am
Choose
right
your
now.
time, whatever.